Hi again, and welcome to Into the Dark Zone, your weekly digest of everything and anything the Division. This is episode 16, Underground, and I am your host, Champagne. I'm also joined by Spider Monkey
Good evening, everybody.
and Crashblade,
Good nabbing. How's
and
everyone?
our special guest here, all the way from Brazil, Tarkle.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Very-
well,
Welcome to
How's-
Canada,
how-
eh?
hey.
Are you saying A yet there, Tarkle?
Oh yeah, he's already saying it in every second sentence. See, we have to upgrade it to every sentence.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they.
Yeah. Okay. Remember to tweet us at Into the Dark Zone or join our live chat on Twitch, as we will have a question and answer segment near the end of our show. First up, we have news and events. Take it away, Sean.
All right. We have some fixes ready for the next title update, which is 1.3. The no critical search and destroy bug, where sometimes people are not getting those missions to get their intel, that will be fixed with that. There's some cases of falling through the map that they're going to fix, but don't worry, I'm sure they'll introduce new ones.
There's always map bugs. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
game you play.
Every
There's always-
every game has that.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember playing WoW way back and in Karazhan actually being able to jump up the side of that little ramp to fight the Bone Dragon guy?
Yes.
In that part, you had to get up there in order to
Yeah.
fight him. The glitch. Yeah, that was awesome.
Patch notes from June 9th. List of changes that were implemented. They fixed instances of players being teleported automatically to the safe house / checkpoint in some areas of DZ6 in an electronic store in the open world. They moved the no respawn zone at the entrance of Clear Sky to reduce the risk of players mistakenly entering the instance before the group was formed. And they finally activated Clear Sky Challenge mode. It did go a lot better overall, this incursion, than the other one. You know, there were so many bugs with the APC and stuff. I guess this one being more straightforward, there wasn't really much of a hack.
Well, I
for
finally
people.
got to play it right the other day. I got carried by Crash and his buddy and you through my first full run of Clear Sky.
Yep.
And it was really fun, except for half of the I changed because of Crash's play style. I ended up chasing him up to this one part, and I died on the spot because I have like a third of his toughness.
Yeah. Well,
that
and
was-
yeah,
that
I
was-
mean, it might not have been clear. It wasn't his playstyle. It's because he had. You just need
No, I
one
know.
person
He
to
was
go
the guy. He was
do
the
that
guy.
thing. Yeah.
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 But that's all right. We had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and we finished it, which was
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
That's good. Finishing is always good.
Yeah, have you done it yet?
No,
We got to take you through it. It's
Yeah.
really
Yes.
fun.
I asked both of these guys to help me out.
We were
They
trying to do it the other day, and
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I think we got stuck doing something else.
Well, we
Then we
had
had to
already
go.
started the challenge mode for Falcon Lost.
Oh,
We were
Yes,
gonna
that's
do
what
it
it
after
was.
that, but by the time we got done, I had to go do real life stuff.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Hot
Okay.
topics. Critical hit chance. There was a change to critical hit chance, as most people have probably found. It's now hard capped at 60%. It was an
Oh.
intended change.
Yeah, what was it before though?
Before it was like a soft cap of 60%, and then you could do pulse and things like that to get it up to 100.
Yeah.
Now it's 60 is as high as it gets.
It's hard cap.
It was a mistake that it wasn't in the notes, so it was an intended change that just missed getting communicated into the 1.2 patch notes somehow. They're gonna look into that process to prevent it from happening again.
Mhm.
Supposedly they're gonna try not to do stealth nerfs. We'll see. Drop rates change in the Dark Zone. There have been no changes to the drop rates in the 200 plus Dark Zone bracket since 1.2 launched. I guess some people thought there were, but they looked into
Yeah,
it.
they
And
can
it's probably somebody has a bad luck night and they're like, oh, they killed the drop rates.
Yeah.
The goal
It's
is
just random.
yeah, the goal is to be more generous now, and they're happy how the drops are, so they have no reasons to change it. And that's been confirmed by the dev team and also by the drop statistics. Other people looking into it, so keep a close eye on it and are searching for feedback to improve it further.
That's fantastic.
Let's see. Scavenging impacts the quality of the drop. It will not give you more loot, and it will not give you a higher gear score. can give you higher quality crafting material from crafting chests, which is actually, that's what I noticed it was doing way back when we first got it or started using it.
Mhm.
It helps while leveling up, searching for crafting material. There's not much use in endgame with the changes that have been implemented with the 1.2 loot system, so I wouldn't even worry about it. It will be reworked in 1.3 though to make it useful again, so maybe when we'll revisit that at that time, and maybe it will be worth having that on some gear. I think you're better off, instead of scavenging at this point, you're better off doing more damage, killing things faster.
Yeah, there's no
And
point
endgame.
for scavenging. It just, yeah. No point
You
whatsoever.
hiding in your Superman shirt there?
Our cat just took a big shit.
That's awesome.
It's really,
Oh
really
my goodness.
He's old as hell and has digestion issues, and it's the worst thing. Like, Tarkle woke up the other night in the middle of the night.
Horrible.
Wow.
Remember that you guys ever had a really bad Mexican night?
Yep.
You know? Well, this is one.
Oh man,
Anyway, yeah, we're
too much hot sauce in that chimichanga, my friend.
Oh man.
Uh, so
Okay,
next up,
this is a
next
little
up,
wild.
Where's that Febreze?
people were afraid there was a skill power nerf, but that is not the case. There's been no nerfs or changes on the skill power system. This is a classy show. What can I say?
He's going to get the Febreze.
Thank you.
Uh,
Skill power nerf. Okay, sorry. Oh.
all right, let me try to finish up the news while
Yeah.
while Taco finds the Febreze.
Well, they're clearing the aroma over there.
Information that has been found through data mining. You only have access to the client-side files. Server files have always the priority and are sometimes more up to date. Some information on the client files are also old or has been moved to the server, so take everything from these files with a grain of salt. So, basically, data mining gives you a general idea of what's going on, but sometimes there's stuff in there that can be misleading.
Right, because it's older or out of date information.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we saw that happen with Clear Sky when it wasn't called Clear Sky, right? It was just there as a placeholder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I forget what it was called before, but they changed the name.
But yeah. It's of no importance now.
So that does it for the news.
What is he doing in front of the camera?
Okay, thank you. It really is just the worst thing ever. Okay, now on to our next segment. The week in review. Take it away, Julio. Wow, man.
All right. So we saw. All right. Let me gather my thoughts here, because that was
Unexpected.
Yeah. So we heard about E3, or we saw E3, or at least I saw E3, and I was waiting to see what information they dropped for Underground, and the information was very minimal, to say the least. So now I guess we have to wait until there is actually today at 8 p.m. Eastern, at 8 p.m. Pacific, sorry. They are going to be doing a like a playthrough, so I guess they might release some more information there, but I'm not going to find out anytime soon because that'll be probably about 1 a.m. my time. So
that's 11 our time.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, sorry. 11 our time.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Past your bedtime. Yeah.
But
Yes, past my bedtime. But this is what?
Yeah. Darkle's got something.
Yeah, but from the name of the DLC, we can get something out of it. Like the agent moms are gonna show up because everyone's gonna be grounded. You guys.
That does not translate. That does not translate.
No, man.
Oh, no, it's called
I am not going to entertain that. I will keep moving along. Nothing to the.
On the basement, undergrounded. That's any better?
No.
Now we're gonna go with a boom and keep moving.
Okay, you gotta try that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Go on there.
All right. So this is what we do know. So there is gonna be obviously the new underground mode. The underground mode is it's gonna have a new incursion, or the underground DLC. Sorry, it's gonna have a new incursion called Dragon's Nest.
Mhm.
According to what they released in this interview, this is gonna be the biggest incursion to date, and it takes place in Hell's Kitchen. So it's gonna be we're gonna have to be dealing with cleaners now. All right. So basically, the cleaners, they've been working on an ultimate weapon to cleanse the streets of New York, regardless of civilian presence. Their plans will affect the base of operations if not stopped.
Hold on.
So
I suspect that it'll have something to do with fire.
no,
Right.
napalm.
Napalm.
Biggest incursion to date. This means like at least like 3 locations. Because we went from one room to
To 2.
breaking down the door, and then so kind of 2 rooms, or maybe that's 1.5. So maybe this is just 2 rooms. But anyway,
Well-
it's good that it's bigger.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
kind of fun, biggest incursion to date. That means more when an incursion is not tiny.
Yes.
I guess you have to set the bar low.
Yeah.
So yeah. So moving along from the incursion, we're gonna have heroic modes for even. This is gonna be obviously for the DLC, and anybody who did not purchase a DLC will have access to the heroic modes. It's basically a step up from challenge mode. So
Yep.
it's
Can I,
we're talking before the show. Basically, this is gonna be for those people that are insanely geared already, have, a very tight team, and they want an additional challenge, something that they can blow through in 20 minutes.
I
to
feel like
survive.
we're sorry to interrupt. I feel like we're going a little fast. Like we didn't even discuss the underground mode.
No, we
Can we
didn't.
just
haven't-
like yeah.
we can go back to it. It's okay.
Well,
I don't know if
yeah,
usually
I
we
was just gonna kind of hit these real quick, and then we can just discuss the underground mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry for the order. The order is kind of
because usually in this section we sorry like all over the place today. But usually we'll like say something and then discuss it and then move on to the next thing. So I was confused.
Yeah,
So
I should have
prepared.
I should have put this down there. All right. So the new challenge mode. Okay. New challenge mode missions and items. So it says here we have experience in Hudson Yard and Queens Tunnel in challenge mode for better rewards. The expansion also comes with new gear sets and weapon types.
Mm. Interested to know what the new gear set perks are going to be like.
Yeah.
I got interested in that weapon type. So we're gonna get new weapons because we have shotguns, types of shotgun, types of snipers, assault rifles,
SMG. Yeah.
SMG, etc. We're
So
gonna
new
get
types?
new types of the existing weapons or new kind of weapons.
Yeah, them saying
that's
weapon
what I was
types, it
thinking.
sounds like a new type. I don't
A
know
new
what
weapon type. I don't know if that's probably like a mistranslation.
Maybe they'll give us
yeah, it
Franken
could
weapons.
be.
Maybe they'll give us Franken weapons, like we've been talking about, where you actually have weapons yourself out of different parts of other weapons.
Ooh, that would be
No,
nice.
they're not going to do that.
That would be nice.
That would be awesome.
nice. But I think this might be a
Crossbow?
probably a translation issue. You did mention, we do have all these other weapons out there already. Assault rifles, shotguns, pistols, marksman rifles, whatever. And now,
Yeah.
are we gonna get probably new variations of these type of weapons, maybe, or what? So
I'm
again,
sure we're gonna get new. Yeah.
We'll get new weapons, of course. There's always new weapons that get introduced with
Yes.
any kind of content upgrade. But yeah, I think that's an interesting point. The terminology itself does talk about new weapon types.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
what could those be? I like the idea of a crossbow. Throwing knife. I don't
Yeah.
know. What do you think?
I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
But we probably should have rename it Hunter then, from Destiny.
I'm trying to think of a real life weapon that isn't already covered.
Yeah,
Unless they want to go slightly futuristic. I mean, you could have like a railgun type thing.
RPG?
minigun.
Well, yeah, they might have a minigun. Maybe they can pick up. I don't know.
I don't know.
but
If
We'll see.
I said RPG as well.
Yeah, that I was like
Yes.
RPG and that type of thing. I would see like it wouldn't be like a main weapon type, right? I think if they add, well, they would, but they could still call that a weapon type. I would think it'd
Yeah.
be something that would be like a you could pick it up and shoot it once type thing.
Could be the grenade launchers,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually true too. And that's
Grenade launchers. That's true. Can have a good grenade launcher. I can imagine.
in the game anyway, so that actually makes a lot of sense.
Hmm
Yeah.
You can imagine the mayhem That is the DZ with grenade launchers. I don't know. They would have to kind of nerf it at some point. Probably give you 1 or 2 shots. It's whatever. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Again, they did not elaborate a lot, and we got this from an interview they did after the fact. None of this came up during the actual E3 conference.
Right.
So going back to the underground mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because this is where the meat of the potatoes. The meat of the potatoes. You see this?
The meat of the potatoes?
The meat of the potatoes. No, yeah, this is the meat and potatoes of this. The meat and see, I won't say it again, playing around like that. But yeah, this is definitely the obviously from all the different changes, this is gonna be the core of the game now, right? The new underground area.
Yeah.
So, the new underground area. I find this interesting, but again, unless we'll have to see how this will come up whenever they do. This is coming out for Xbox on the 28th of June.
Right.
We'll see what they. And that's for Xbox and PC.
Yep, and PS4 is coming out.
PS4 on the 2nd of August. Yes.
The reason why
they did the 2nd of August is because it falls on a Tuesday, and that's when they do their.
Yeah, that's when
their patch notes. Yeah.
Things release. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. So they just pushed it back a bit. So.
What do you think of the whole kind of Diablo-esque dungeon farming with slightly different map variants? What do you think of that?
Well, this is what I was going to get at, because it has randomly generated mazes of subways, tunnels, and sewers to fight deadly enemies and recover powerful loot.
Right. Powerful loot. Oh, that's the same catchphrase they use for everything anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, the whole core of it being the RNG dungeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that'll work well with this game style? I mean, we've talked a lot about comparisons between this and Diablo, and perhaps actually including more features from Diablo and making it specifically to the loot, actually making it more RNG, or just like tons and tons of loot with lots of RNG to kind of mirror the Diablo model. This in itself is kind of like they're listening in a way, but using that information in a different way. So do you think that model is actually going to be interesting and exciting? It's going to work?
Sean.
Well, if they do it right, yes.
Yeah,
but it's hard to say until we can see, how random is it? How, are we going to be able to use cover? Or is it going to be like a... Yeah, I don't know. There's too many variables for me.
Just to be able to project it?
Yeah. It sounds really cool, though. I
think in theory it's a really neat idea. What do you think?
Yeah, we do have a number of games that use random generation dungeons that are good and plenty that are bad.
Right.
So they have to put their weight in to create something that really fit in what the game is, and how much fun we can get out of it. I was thinking about, there is an indie game that uses random generated tunnels. It's a game that uses pixel art. They nailed that pretty good. So having random generated maps can be interesting if done in the proper way. And on a little side note, when you say that everything that you do gets you powerful gear, that means that none of it. It's
yeah, well, it just doesn't mean anything. It's just another catchphrase or another marketing phrase that they use continually. Oh, really powerful gear.
But you know what? That's kind of standard across the industry, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Every single time you see an update, you'll see it with Destiny.
Yeah.
No,
totally. I think you brought up an interesting point, though, Sean, about the fact that it is a cover-based shooter, and if it's really, really random, then it's there's going to be scenarios where people can't actually use the cover in order to protect themselves, just because of the random nature of what you're talking about. I think it would probably end up being random, but based on templated orientation of terrain. Yeah. So you'd be able to just kind of like almost jigsaw puzzle it all together from the programmatic end.
The exciting thing, though, is that if they do it right, it's like endless endgame gameplay, right? Always, if it is different every time you go in, different feel, but not, Yeah, it could be really good.
Yeah. And that is the that is what I'm looking forward to, at least, because I mean we've been mentioning this and a few episodes ago how they need to add, some type of content, because yeah, we're getting all this loot now. What are we gonna do with all this loot?
Right.
Just keep running the same thing over and over again.
Heroic modes.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna go. It's gonna get stale quick.
Right.
So
And
now that they're gonna.
do challenge mode, right? Like not challenge mode. It's
Heroic mode.
heroic
Well,
mode. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have heroic mode now. Obviously, they're gonna compensate you for doing the heroic mode, so then you get even better gear. And how many more heroic modes are you gonna do?
Well, and then they'll have challenging heroic mode.
Challenge heroic mode.
Then they'll have hard challenging heroic mode.
Sorry. Heroic mode S.
But yeah, going back to the random
by
generated
Microsoft.
dungeons, you have this in Diablo with the rifts. Every single time you go into a rift is different, and they did mention the deeper you go, the better the rewards. And for example, in Diablo, yes, you start off in a rift, you go in, you start working your way down or up, or whichever way you're going. In this case, I say you keep going lower.
Right.
And let's say once you get to a third level, there's a boss there. You kill the boss, and that's where you're gonna get your loot from. And
Okay.
usually, there's in Diablo at least, once you kill the boss, you still have to like exit the rift, and you can kill a few more things. But obviously, you're gonna change it around. This being a shooter, an RPG shooter, whereas that's a fantasy RPG, right? The random generation, as far as cover, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but they're saying this is going to be mazes or subways. And like Mike said, there's probably going to be templates already there, right?
Yeah.
So you've got these templates of these subways, these tunnels, sewers. So is there going to be cover? I really don't doubt there's going to be cover, because
Yeah, I would think so.
these things are already pre-designed, right?
Yeah.
So they got let's say out of 5 different locations, or let's say they probably have, I don't know, let's say 20, just to give a number out there, right? Let's say they have 20 different templates for the underground. And these things can randomly just patch them together. However, and every single time you go in, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Will that add to the replayability of the game? We'll have to wait and see, because it makes it interesting. We'll see.
I guess my concern is like with the.
probably not.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
For me, probably not.
Mhm.
I'm going to enjoy going in there and actually doing it quite a few times and getting some gear and stuff like that, and keeping up with my character. But random generation has never really kept me in a game for a long period of time. I played a lot of Diablo, before I got into Destiny, and it's not really a solid hook for me. It will be for many people. I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy it, but for certain types of gamers or people with a little bit of I guess ADHD, it's just not going to.
No, but it's true. I know what you're saying. I got you, because I'll be the same way.
Yeah. Although you are a particular type of gamer, Julio, and forgive me if I'm pigeonholing you here, but you do like to stick to one game like Blue and really feel it through and get all the achievements and do all the little tiny pieces and run things over and over again. So this might actually be more for you than it would be for me, and that's cool. That it will fit that your type better than mine.
Mm-hmm. But I see exactly what you're saying, for sure.
What were you gonna say, Tarko?
One thing though, with the random generated tunnels, it's gonna be how many variants they will be able to randomize. Because maybe the random stuff, sometimes the light's gonna be up and sometimes the light's gonna be down. Because think about it, if they don't have diversity on their RNG for the tunnels, at some point you're going to start to repeat stuff depending on how they build it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
If you run it like
yeah.
you'll end up playing the same exact map like 5 times, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Approximately. These numbers don't mean anything. These are just
Yeah, just random generated numbers.
Yeah.
random
Yep.
generated.
Yeah, that's why.
But yeah,
so-
it comes back to the how many templates they have out there for for each one of these locations, and that's all it is. That's why I'm saying we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Look, they took the game in the right direction with 1.2 as far as the loot drops. As far as me playing this game, like you said, Mike, I like Diablo, but it's that type of game, that type of gameplay really doesn't hook me either. To a point, I like this game more than I do Diablo because it's a shooter.
Yeah.
I like the shooting games. It's fun when you play with friends. You go around, do whatever, and it's entertaining. You know, for a few hours that happens that while you're playing. I really don't sit down and play other games. I mean, for the reason that I'll dedicate 2 to 3 hours, or whatever, to this game and then get off and that's it. But we'll see how this goes and what they show and where this goes eventually in the future. You know, we'll see how the replayability is with this. Because again, there's no details. That's at least what bothered me yesterday. I'm like, dude, I was expecting some type of information. And I said, okay, so I guess we'll just wait until they do whatever stream they're gonna do when the Microsoft right before it drops.
Yeah, at first I was bothered by the lack of information, but then I was thinking about it, and it's like, it's E3, and if you look at all the other game demos, like, there's no solid information come out. It's all hype, trailer type stuff. So, I do hope that they come out with more information during the week, you know, in the interviews and everything, because we need to know. This is coming out fairly soon. It's, you know, they've been having problems, and it's, this is the first paid DLC. It's like make or break time, right? You know, it's, are they actually giving us our money's worth here?
True.
I'd really, yeah, would definitely like to know more what's actually going on in this.
Yeah, I would like more details myself too. That's one of the things I'm a little disappointed about. But right at the moment, but that's okay. I'm sure more will be revealed as time goes on.
I do get concerned with the track record though when they don't talk about things. It's usually because it's not there.
Yeah, it's true. They have been very forthcoming with information, and I mean it's marketing fodder at that point.
Right.
You should be revealing what you can. It will help their cause and keeping people around because it is a long term game.
Yeah.
Second job, I guess you'd call it. Let's see here. So, were there any other items from this list you guys wanted to get into?
There's some quick points here. I mean, we kind of touched on a few, but environments and new environments that are going to be available for the underground sewer networks, derelict facilities, tunnels, flooded stations, and collapsed infrastructures. So there's quite a bit of new environments, right, to look at. But again, it's how much is it? So that's what we don't know yet. How do you get into the underground mode? From what they put out here, it says players enter the underground mode through the Underground Tactical Operations Center, a DLC-specific extension to the base of operations. Each operation is unique and borrows from environment of hazards, enemies, reward placements, and offer maximum replayability. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how they're trying to actually increase replayability with that.
Yeah.
It does sound like it has a start and finish where I thought it would be interesting if they had like it was truly sort of horde mode type thing or survival horde mode where it's like you can go just deeper and deeper and deeper until you just, you know, and the enemies get tougher and tougher until you just can't get any further.
Yeah. So. I mean, they do, let's say, for example, let's kind of just theorize something here real quick. It's a subway. How many layers of underground can you put in there? You know, I mean, they're talking about underground. Are you really, can it be very literal in terms of the deeper you go, or it's just the further you progress into this area that's randomly generated, which is what I think, right? Enemies that will appear in the underworld, basically, they're going to be the same enemies that we have right now, but it's just the different compositions. They're going to be very unpredictable in how they're going to come at you and how they appear. So, you know, it's just, they're going to throw anything at you. You go out there, you're going to see cleaners, you're going to see Rikers, you're going to see LMB, whatever. Because the whole gist of the storyline is that, all the enemies have gone underground after we basically dropped a smackdown on everyone, and now they're going underground.
So now they're all underground,
Yeah, now that we open a can of whoop ass.
Yeah, I think might get sued, or Ubisoft might get sued by London because their subway system is called Underground.
Wow.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, at home, we have a poll on our Twitter page, which is at Into the Dark Zone. It's quick question is hashtag the division. What do you think of the idea surrounding the upcoming RNG incursion underground? First answer is awesome. Second answer is will be fun but limited. And the third answer is don't care. I'm out. Please participate. Back to you, William.
Yeah. So new items, we already covered that. We're getting new gear sets, high-end weapons, weapon types.
Yeah.
We have, can we expect regular content to be added to Underground? Underground is an extension of the Division world that players will be able to access and replay. Updates, balancing, and various adjustments are to be expected. Standard cookie cutter stuff for the Underground DLC, basically. As far as information goes, I guess we will not hear more until they decide to release the stuff for Xbox.
Cut and paste from the PR.
Toward the end of June. Huh? Sorry.
Cut and paste from the PR playbook.
Yeah. That's basically it.
I do think we should definitely get some more information soon. I just saw Eric's tweeted 2 hours ago that he has played the Division's 1.3 Underground update. Gameplay coming soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, they are, again, that'll be sometime tonight whenever they get around to it.
Yep.
Did he say he's already playing it, or?
Yes, he's saying he already played it.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Right.
So we'll have more information soon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Well, they could be using the Underground DLC to later on add another faction, the mole people. You go so deep in the Underground.
Oh, man. That's horrible, Tarkle.
I'm trying to add some levity. Levity. All good. Yeah. Okay. So moving on from here, so we've got the gear set thing that you were on here, chests, major attributes, blah blah blah.
This is something I was gonna cover.
It's kind of
after this whole
tip of the week
Underground stuff.
Tip of the week. Nice.
That's gonna be a tip of the week type thing. Since last time I didn't have a tip of the week.
Well, we're hitting. It's 8:30. Why don't we hit up the next section here? So we've already kind of covered everything in that. So what is the tip of the week here, Julio?
All right. So the tip of the week is basically gonna deal with gear sets. It's not gonna be like a one-liner like we usually do. Usually when I'm playing with the guys I typically play with, and when you guys play as well, this will help you out. It's funny because I was writing some of this stuff up for the show, and actually Marco Stahl released a video about 2 days ago with a bit more detail, but basically covering what I'm gonna cover here. I'm just gonna be very brief. You can go and check out that video, and he basically has it named Best in Slots. Mm-hmm. So after playing for an extensive amount of time, you kind of start, fine-tuning all your gear, what you need, what you want. So basically, I've brought it down to this, and Marco has the same thing in his video. So my ideal, I tell the guys, listen, you want to shoot for that 75% cap without mods. You don't want to waste, let's say, a stamina mod with armor when you can get a stamina mod with skill power. And those are like the only 2 armor mods that I will tell anyone are worth anything. If you can craft them, you can craft stamina and skill power, you're golden. If you get stamina and armor, fine, you might need it, to help you get to that 75 because you don't have the gear for it.
Right.
But with the following pointers, it should help you reach the 75% cap without the mods, and then adding the stamina mods plus the skill power. Because, let's be honest, electronics, it's I don't know, for me, in my opinion, it's just one of these main attributes that are not needed. It's either, all my gear is either going to have firearms or stamina. Mm-hmm. That's it. Electronics I don't deal with. Why? Because you can get a ridiculous amount of skill power from a stamina mod. So you can roll a stamina mod that gives you 1400 skill power.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that translates to about 100 and something electronics in conversion, right? So why would you want to do electronics when you can get 5 or 6 mods on your gear, or 4 to 5 mods on your gear sets, and add roughly, if all of them have skill power, you can add an extra 1,000 electronics easily without touching electronics, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's basically a wasted stat for all intents and purposes. Electronics, Now, if you want to talk about, I want to unlock every single talent on a weapon, well, that's a personal choice. In my opinion, it's useless. Okay, so chess pieces, what you want to roll. Okay, major attributes. You want to have, now all these pieces, again, like I said, should have firearms and stamina. Okay, chess pieces. major attributes, you want to have a chest piece that has armor, okay,
Right.
with a mod slot on it. Now, if you can have a second mod slot, that'd be great because that 2 slots you can stack on there, 2 stamina skill power mods you can put on there. Depending if you're going for exotic damage resilience, you would go with one armor, and then one. You would have the mod slot, obviously. You would have the armor, whatever stat you have in there, and then you would have exotic damage resilience. So you have 3 stats, 3 major attributes, basically. Okay, but ideally it'll be armor 2 slots or armor 1 slot and 1 attribute.
Mhm.
Exotic damage resilience, health on kill, health. That's it. They're all junk attributes, to be honest. It's wasted attributes because you will get a lot more out of the stamina mod than you would get out of, let's say, 3,000 health. Okay. I mean, if you want to run these numbers, it's funny because it didn't, just from experience and equipping the different chess pieces and things that I've gotten, and then Marco releases this video 2 days ago. If you want like details, you can go check out that video. I guess we'll link that in our show notes when we put it in there. As far as minor attributes for a chest, you go with a plus ammo or plus XP, depending on your needs. If you're running the DZ and you want to get a rank, go with a plus XP chest if you have one, or you can go with a plus ammo chest piece. Pretty straightforward. And yes, you have the skill attributes. I didn't even cover that here because that is just randomly generated, and you're really not going to waste a recalibration unless you have the perfect roll on your set on one of these skill attributes, on one of the the minor ones, whatever the name of those are. For the mask, you want a mod slot and skill power, ideally, because you want skill power, right?
Right.
Mod slot and skill power. If you don't need the skill power, you want the second mod slot, by all means, go for the second mod slot. But if you get 2 in the chest, 2 in the mask, that's 4. So it's not bad. But anyway, it would ideally be 1 mod, gear mod, sorry, and 1 skill power mod, roll, because you got 2 main attributes, 2 major attributes on the mask. For the minor, you're looking at XP, plus XP or enemy armor damage. You might get scavenging. Again, that's just not too important. That's not gonna make or break you. So, and again, then you have the regular skill attributes. After that, it's just randomly generated. Ideally, what you want for those, if you get pulse, crit hit damage, or let's say ally heal bonus, pulse crit hit chance, pulse duration, things like that are good. That are useful, while you're in combat if you're running a pulse. Knee pads, you get major attributes plus armor, 1 mod slot, exotic damage resilience, if you can get that. If not, you want to have plus armor. This is your second item that you can get armor on. Okay. For the minors, plus XP, plus kill XP, and then you also get a bunch of damage resists included there as well, scavenging, things like that of that nature. But definitely you want that armor and the mod slot. If you can't get the mod slot because you got a better roll for whatever, that's fine. But definitely the plus armor to help you hit that 75% damage mitigation. The backpack. The backpack, you have 2 major attributes that you want on there. If you can roll either, that's fine. The backpack always comes with a mod slot, same as the chest. I'm sorry, as the mask. The backpack you want to get with skill power or armor, depending on your armor rolls and your other gears. You might actually hit the armor cap without having to roll that, right? So I would definitely shoot for skill power if you can get armor on your holster. Because you get armor on the holster, that might already get you to the 75% cap. So again, something you got to kind of play with before you recalibrate. I will recalibrate the backpack last and get armor on your chest because it has the highest armor rating, armor on your chest, armor on your knee pads, and armor on your holster. Because you can get armor on 4 pieces, meaning the chest, the knee pads, backpack, and holster. So if you get 3 of them, that should get you pretty close to 75, if not over, depending again on the armor rating. Mind you, this is all I'm talking about 240 gear. If you're below 240 gear, the armor rating is going to be lower. So that might affect that this whole breakdown here. Okay. So for the major attributes, again, armor and skill power. Minor attributes, you can go with a plus ammo. That's usually kind of standard what I like on my backpack. For gloves, the gloves do not have any type of armor mod or armor attribute that you can add to it. Okay, or mods. So just go with the weapon damage, crit hit chance for whatever you're using. On the holster, the final one, you definitely want to get one with 3 rolls. Firearms, stamina, electronics. This is the only time you're going to have electronics in an item. But if you don't get that, you definitely want to shoot for firearms and stamina. And the one major attribute you want to roll in the holster is armor. Personally, I sacrifice a mod slot on this and go with armor. But that will help you get there.
The name of the game is to get to that cap, right? That's the gist of it.
Get to that cap, and get your toughness way up there. I mean, I've got a guy with toughness 618k toughness, and that's what I use to run challenge mode on the clear sky to run the plug.
Right.
So
that's amazing. That's an incredibly high number.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He must be very ripped.
Yes, shredded.
All right, so that's great. Thank you so much for that tip of the week. We're going to move from there to shoutouts from the Dark Zone. And just to change it up a little bit, we'll get Sean to do this time.
Okay. So, shout out to mognation.com, mogpsn, divisionforums.com, and Discord, and our Twitch viewers and podcast listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'm gonna throw an extra shout out there to Marco Styles again for posting that video that he posted on there with the best in slot video, and he also posted another video for the challenge mode, which he ran into a location. Now this is not gonna work for everyone because you need to have the proper setup, and we tried this, and I did it with my 618k toughness guy and 3 more of my friends that had decent gear. We were able to tank. We can basically finish Clear Sky in roughly the challenge mode in roughly 20 minutes just by doing the strat that he put out there. So that's an excellent strat. We'll add that to the show notes as well, but you need the proper group composition for that or it's not going to work out.
Great. Okay. Awesome. So our next section is social media Q&A. Do we have any questions right at the moment? I know that we didn't have anything on Twitter as far as I could see. We did put up that poll once again, just to remind everybody, take part in our poll at Into the Dark Zone, just surrounding the new Underground, whether you think it's going to be awesome or you think it is just going to be crap. Yeah, check that out, and please participate in that. Anything on Twitch, guys?
No, I think because we're on an abnormal night, and
it's a new night, or it's an abnormal night. We're going to be back to our regular schedule next week, next Thursday.
It's an abnormal night, and you have E3 going on as well.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. We can't compete.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
we're pretty. That's true. We are more pretty, for sure. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for coming on today, and I'm glad you're visiting me here. He's traveled continents to
6,000 miles to be more precise.
Yeah, just to visit little old me. No, he's planning on immigrating to Canada eventually. So it's the visit to check it out and. Anyway.
Out loud. Now my secret's on the internet, man.
It's out there, man. Sorry,
it's out there.
Oh, now I have no other choice.
Yeah, now you have to do it.
Now I'm gonna have to kill you.
And that's on the internet.
Oh, so, don't mind that, police.
Yeah. Okay, great. Next section is other new game brief. I forgot about this section, so I've already thanked you ahead of time. But anything we want to bring up this week? E3 stuffs?
All sorts of good stuff.
Do we even have time for that? It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go out there first. I'm really excited for God of War because I love the God of War games. I think it looks amazing, and it's Norse themed because, as we know, Kratos has slaughtered the entire Greek pantheon at this point. It looked awesome.
It does.
The gameplay demo.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
So is he heading to Valhalla now?
Yeah, Valhalla, right?
Yeah, that'd be
That's-
hilarious.
Sending people to Valhalla anyway.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The big question is what's Odin's gonna do to piss off Kratos?
And how soon into the game will his child die?
Yeah.
It's a bet.
15 minutes in? Yeah, all right. You're on.
It's a
I say
bet.
20 minutes.
What if
20
he
minutes.
dies 15 minutes in and the main character is actually the kid?
Yeah.
That
And
feed, man. It's a twink. He's a twink.
spend the rest of the game just cowering in a cave. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
really. Aside from that, I know Sean, you and I have the same favorite takeaway from it.
Yes. Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been
Yes.
since they announced it last year at E3. I've been so excited for that game, and the new gameplay stuff that came out, and the new story trailer that came out a couple days ago. I'm just,
Yep.
I can't wait.
Oh, it looks so good. The gameplay just it has me hooked. It is
Yeah.
it is available for pre-order now too. So
Yeah, you pre-ordered the collectors.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually thankful that they pushed it to March 2017 because there are so many games coming out through the end of the year that adding that. Well, is it February or March? February?
Yeah, it's February 27th, so March
Okay.
is pretty
I
close.
thought it was March 27th. Anyway, but I'm saying regardless, it's good that they moved it up.
Yep.
Because there's so many games that are coming down the pike. I mean, Battlefield. What else? You've got Battlefield. You've got Destiny. There's a plethora of other games that I know you guys
What's your
like as
favorite
well
takeaway
that will be
from
coming
it?
out. Huh?
Specifically, what's your favorite takeaway from it?
Definitely Battlefield, man. Look, Battlefield and Destiny. Battlefield and Destiny.
Yeah.
I
that's
mean,
fair
it's
enough.
just this Skyrim is gonna get remastered, but I'm not gonna play Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tark,
I'm happy for Tanner.
There is
Yes.
one
your favorite.
that really caught my eye. My eyes. I'm really big fan when the companies and the game developers put the decisions on the hand of the players, especially with consequences. We all know that the end of Mass Effect, the Mass Effect series was not spectacular.
It was okay.
It was okay, but all the build up for it was amazing. And there was just one game that was really good. I'm trying to remember the name. That it was the robot trying
Yeah,
to
I thought you might be talking about that.
that one. That's a game that caught my eyes.
Yeah, that was really cool. What was that called again?
I can't think of the name, but he's a hostage negotiator.
Yeah, and you get to replay it and replay it until you because all the different decisions and different ways to interact with it affect the outcome a lot. That looked really cool.
They're really
Is
cool.
that the one where the guy kept looking in the mirror and his eyes were well, one of his eyes looks like he had pink eye, or he's just like bloodshot eyes? Is that the same one?
No, it's he has it like a disc here. It was like a blue light disc. He's an android,
Okay,
and
so it's not the same guy then.
basically you go to a rooftop and you're trying to negotiate with another android who's holding a child, and he's like in the first one I think he falls off the roof with the child and you fail. And then you get him back up there and you get shot in the head and is another outcome. There's just a whole series of outcomes surrounding that scenario. I thought it was awesome.
It was.
Yeah,
But-
it does look really cool.
I like those kind of games.
Can't remember the name of it. Maybe one of our viewers will let us know. What was I going to say? Yeah, there's also. Well, I'm looking forward to the new Resident Evil. I'm a big Resident Evil fan, but Days Gone. The amount of zombies in that gameplay trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
crap.
impressive.
I'm really tired of zombies overall because it's just been so in our faces for so
Yeah.
long. But that looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like truly awesome.
It when we were watching, it reminded us of World War Z, the mass of zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
huge amount of zombies just going towards you at once.
that's my only concern there, though, is like, am I burned out on zombie stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Like, wow, that looks really cool, but
Really good.
it does look really good.
That's the thing.
Yeah. You know which one
Um,
also? The Sea of Pirates. Is Sea of Pirates the name of that one? That one looks pretty cool.
I
With the
haven't seen
naval
that one.
warfare. You didn't see that one? That looks pretty
Not
badass.
recently. Yeah.
Well, that one basically just you know how in Black Flag you actually were on the ship and you had those naval battles with the
hey,
old
we got
ships.
the name of that game we were riffing about. It's called Detroit Become Human.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay,
Detroit
okay.
Become Human. It's
Yeah.
on. And Julio, if you want to watch the gameplay trailer, if you missed it, it is on the PlayStation E3 page.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that.
Yeah, I'll send you a link actually right now. Here, hold
I
on.
do know the name because I saw the face of one of the characters, which is a girl, and that girl was the girl from The Following.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, look at this girl. She's in one of the video games.
The other thing I'm really interested in that we gotta mention is Kojima, his new thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, he supposedly that was like real time or whatever. I don't know if it's gameplay or how. I don't know. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of time to be doing that stuff, right? But it looked incredible.
Yeah. What's that called again? It's something stranding.
That's Stranding.
It's the name of it. It
Stranding.
sounds a little bit like I don't know, broken English, the actual title of it. But overall, I mean, it's Kojima, so it's gonna be really awesome.
Yep, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah.
We don't know the context though, and it is a title, not a sentence, so it's not really.
No, I get it. It just sounds off to me. Like that's my initial impression of it. The actual video that they showed looked awesome.
Yeah.
It was really amazing.
Yeah,
Creepy.
really creepy. The new Spider-Man, I don't like the costume as much, but I think it looks like it'll be a really fun game as well.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Yeah, virtual reality.
Yeah, the VR lens. That's gonna be.
yeah.
That's
It's
interesting.
a Best Buy near me this Friday. I'm gonna try it out.
Arkham VR.
You're gonna test it out from the Morpheus? The PlayStation?
No, they have PlayStation VR this Friday. I don't know what. I don't know what they're gonna have available,
and
but
for any of the viewers at home too, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, there's a demo available for download on PS4, so you can download that and try it out. It's basically the I think it's the same level that we saw in the preview. It's the gameplay demo from that preview
Mhm.
itself. I don't really care about the Lego Star Wars stuff, but I know a lot of people do.
Lego games are tons of fun.
I bet they are. It's not my thing.
Hey, Targle, Shango says what's up on chat.
Django? My man.
It's awesome. Okay, so with that being said, I think we're coming to the end of our show.
Ooh, one more, Mike. One more.
What's up?
Gotta wrap it up. Ghost Recon Wildlands. That is the other game I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun too, for
That
sure.
looks like a lot of fun.
It's not my top pick, but it does look pretty good.
Honorable mention, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Mass
Yeah, but
Effect.
did they have a release date for that?
Yeah, that's also coming next
That's
February
year.
or March.
Yeah.
I think that one's the March one. There's something else coming out in February too. So even though Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out not until February, it's like there's other stuff coming out then that I want to play too. So I guess it's all good.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that should just about wrap it up for us tonight. That's our show. Please make sure to follow us on Twitter and Twitch. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and of course, check out our website, intothedarkzone.com. You can also send us feedback via any of these sources. Also, tune in next week on Thursday, which will be our solid new time, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Say goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Night all.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening.
We love you.